Hey everybody, it's me, Christine. That's Endo girl. I'm currently up at 11:46 p.m. I'm hurting so bad that I can't even sleep right now. And I don't even know how to describe what I'm feeling right now. I honestly just want to cry. But I've cried so much over the past years that I'm all cried out right now. I'll say I'm all cried out for today or tonight, because it's like no matter what I do, what procedures, surgeries, diet, doctors, and other medications, and to include narcotics, like no matter what I do or the doctors try to do for me, endo is still there, or it's a new problem, my back, or it's my migraines, or it's the hernias with the mesh implant, or it's the pelvic pain and the leg pain. And it's just honestly a never-ending mental and physical battle. And I'm truly tired. I've dealt with these for far too long. I was having symptoms of endometriosis and PCOS when I was a young girl, but when my mom would take me to the doctor, they would just always write it off as it's growing pains, or I'm gonna be getting my period soon. Because at first I was a late bloomer. I was like 16 or 17 when I actually got my period. I know I was either 8th grade or I was a freshman in high school. But I've just dealt with being in pain for too long. And it's to the point where I have impure thoughts of not existing anymore, And people think that, some people might say I'm not saying that I am suicidal, but those are the thoughts that come to me and many people like me that suffer from chronic diseases and chronic pain and illnesses. And because you're tired, you've dealt with it for so long, you've dealt with so many doctors and medications and alternative stuff, procedures and surgeries, that is dang, when is enough? When will I ever get back to my body being normal, or somewhat normal, or where I'm not even in pain every day? I'm in pain literally every day, all day. And these past few days, my pain has been worse. The excruciating pain is worse. And despite the fact that I am now on a new medication, I'm on morphine IR, 15 milligram, which means it's morphine immediate release. So it's supposed to kick in quicker than taking a normal pain pill would. And even though I take those, lately they haven't been helping me at all. It's my pain is getting worse. And Like, I just want to live. Like, I want to live a normal life. I want to be the best mom that I could ever be to my son. Like, I miss being able to, like, I don't want to cry. Every time I, like, think about being a mom and having these issues, like, I get emotional. But, I just miss being a good mom to my son. Like, and I don't mean that I'm a bad mom or like I'm abusive or anything like that, because I'm not. It means like I can't do all the things that I used to do with my son, because as time has had decided, like, started going, my pain and symptoms and more diseases and illnesses started being added and being like diagnosed. So I went from me and my son being literally outside people, where we were only in the house for sleep, to sleep and shower, and maybe like if I cook dinner or whatever. But I can't do that now, like, or I haven't done it in a very long time, because even when I'm out, like running errands or the doctor, like, my pain will go from like a tolerable level to, I don't know where, an extreme pain level. And I have to stop what I'm doing right then and there. Like, if I'm out in the public, I'm ready to like rush and get home and lay down and put on my heating pad and my meds and just stay under the covers and not get up until it passes. I feel like I'm a prisoner in my own body, and I'm trapped and I don't know how to get out. I don't know what to do. I feel trapped in my own body. Like, can you imagine, like, people like me that want to live our lives, and we went from being active to being like a habit or something, like confined to the home. Like, I feel like my body has me on house arrest, and there's no cure for it. So it's like I have to deal with it. I have to continue on. And when I tell people that I'm feeling like depressed or have those type of feelings, like, people like, oh, think about your son, you being selfish. And it's not that I don't think about him, y'all. Like, that is the thing. I feel like I'm a burden to my child. Like, he doesn't deserve to have a mom that is home in bed in pain all the time and can't play with him or go out and do stuff like we used to do. Like, he doesn't deserve that. He's innocent. It's not his fault that I have all these issues. So I feel like he deserves better. He deserves a better mom than me in that aspect. Like, I love my son. He drives me freaking crazy, but he's very funny. He's very smart, and he does have a big heart. Like, he's very loving. Even though he's been working my nerve with this since virtual learning started, we go back and forth every day, all day now, because of the frustration with it. But beside that, I miss just living life and exploring with my child. I miss that. I miss being able to do nice things for him. I miss that. And I want to be healthy. I want to do more. And I can't. And it's not my fault. And I just feel trapped. And I feel alone because I don't really have anybody that I can talk to about it every day, and where they truly, truly understand, because they, like, I have really close friends, my veteran sisters, and two of them have been dealing with like fibroids and cysts on their ovaries and endometriosis and stuff like that. So they can understand where I'm coming from. But I've been dealing with this pain for a very long time, and I'm just tired. And the support group for endometriosis that I used to be a part of, so many different groups, until it got to the point that I left them or stopped being active in those groups because the endo community, the lupus community, and the other, issues like cervical cancer and uterine fibroids and PCOS, like the community of women and girls began to argue with each other on who had it the worst, so to speak. And then you get the people that don't have it that bad, and they feel like they're, I, I don't know how to really describe it, but it's like the people that don't have it that bad, they are always saying, or giving advice to the rest of us, saying, oh, you need to do this, as if we hadn't done that. Everybody's body isn't the same, and just because something worked for you doesn't mean that it worked for me. And how do you know if I have done that, tried it or not? And yeah, it's just become like the bad girls club, so to speak. Like, everybody's fighting and bickering, and none of us need that. Like, we need to come together, we need to support each other and be understanding of everybody's conditions, and that also understanding that none of us might, or like, we've all probably done the same procedures as the next person, but be understanding that your results are not going to be the same as my results, and that's okay. Like, it's okay. Not everything works for everybody. And I'm very grateful that those procedures or healthy eating or natural remedies have helped them, because that's one less person that is suffering the way I am. So I'm grateful for that. Like, they get that relief, but don't put another person down because what you did worked for you and it didn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's ridiculous. But I miss that community of sisters that banded together and supported each other. Like, I used to go out to the hospitals and visit endo sisters that was having surgery, and my lupus sisters. Like, I've actually came out to the hospitals and sat with them, dropped meals by, brought flowers, checked on them, make sure they was good, because that's just, me showing up to let them know that they weren't alone, and that they had somebody that was rooting for them and praying for their recovery to go by quickly and without any complications. Just basically letting them know that they had a sister, they had a good friend, and that I'm there for them. And then I'd send out what we call yellow mail, is when we send each other cards in the mail to cheer each other up. We send little care packages and such. I miss doing that. I miss seeing stuff in the mail for me, letters and, encouraging words. And they always seem to come when you needed them the most. And it helped, like, keep me going. Because right now, what I'm going through is like, this can't be my life. I cannot. I'm about to be 33 in 10 or 9 days. And I can't keep living my life like this. Like, how much more can I take, or will I have to endure before I break? Like, how much? Because right now, I'm at the edge of a diving board. And the diving board is shaking up and down. I'm trembling. I'm shaking. And the water below me is deep. And I feel like I'm getting ready to fall in and drown because I can't swim. And it's like I had no control over being placed on a diving board. Like, that was not my decision. So, like, how do I stop myself from drowning? How can I get help? Like, or a cure? And because I've reached out to so many different places and doctors, and it was to the point that I couldn't even find proper doctors here in Savannah, Georgia. I had to go all the way to Jacksonville, Florida, to get a surgeon that specializes in endometriosis at the Jacksonville Endo Center. And then my pain management doctor, who is awesome. Like, the staff listens to me. They are very nice, both practices. And it's like a breath of fresh air. But at the same time, it's like those diseases don't care. They don't care what type of medicines I take, what type of procedures and surgeries I'm having. They always find a way to come back. The pain and endometriosis and the hernias and the pelvic pain. Like, they always find their way to come back to me for some reason. And I know y'all tired of me saying that I'm tired, but I am. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And I'm not in a good headspace right now. I'm in a dark headspace. I'm tired of it all. And then on top of that, I'm a single mom. So I have to deal with all of this alone and take care of my son. Because if I don't, then who else will? So, like, who can I lean on? I can't lean on nobody else. Like, being present actually here in my home or close to me. And another thing, I want people to stop assuming that people are just drug seekers and drug abusers, basically. Not everybody wants to take narcotics. No, and nobody wants to be sick. Like, none of us ask for that. But be understanding that us having to take pain meds is the only way that we can survive. There are people like me that without the pain meds, they've committed suicide. So, like, have that in mind and be empathetic to the fact that I'm taking these meds for a reason. And without them, I would be suicidal. Because you don't understand the amount of pain that goes on in my stomach, in my pelvis, down my legs, in my back. And then top it off, I have terrible migraines. So bad that they cause me to throw up. They've caused me to faint. Can't eat with them. I'm weak. I can't do nothing but lay in the bed and or lay on the floor of my bathroom while I'm in between vomiting or having extreme nausea. Like, don't judge us. And yeah, there are people out there that do abuse drugs, but people like me that really need it, we're not abusing our drugs. We really need it. We wouldn't abuse something that we need to sustain us to just get out of the bed. Like, just to get up out of my bed every day is a challenge because of the amount of pain that I'm in. To get up, have the energy and the strength to conduct hygiene, get dressed, cook something, take care of your child, and now do virtual learning, like, that is added to the factor of everything else. To cook, to clean, like, it takes me hours to do simple house tasks that would have taken me like an hour usually, because I love cleaning. Like, it soothes me, and I love the smell of everything, like bleach and stuff like that, like mop, solutions. And I like the smell of fresh laundry and cleaning. So don't judge us, but rather try to be understanding and support us because we need it. And you never know what you might say to push a person further over the edge. You don't know what their thought process was going on in their mind in that moment, because like I said, right now, my mind is in a dark headspace, and that's not good. And it's because I'm tired, because I'm fed up with being in pain, and I have meds, and they're like not helping me at all. So, I will catch you guys in the next video, and I hope that y'all are staying safe and just being as positive as you can be. Do the best that you can be. Don't worry about anything else. Just do the best that you can. And as long as you tried, that's all that matters. And also, don't go and be a negative Nancy or bringing undue stress to another person's life, because there's too much going on in the world. We don't need anything extra. And I hope y'all take care of each other and take care of yourselves. Bye, y'all.